Hello everybody, welcome back to another Expeditions Guide. Today we're taking a look at Secret of the Mountains. This is an expedition in Sedona. For this expedition, you need to have a seismic vibrator module as well as a hydrologist. And for your specialist, I recommend Bruce Brown. He allows underwater anchor deployment because that is going to be very important coming up. In addition to that, I also have anchors and jack screws. So let me show you what we're going to be doing. So new to the update, seismic missions give you a little radius of where the location is. So the first location is going to be down here by the gateway. The second location is going to be over here by the river. And our third and final location is going to be right over here. So, that being said, let's begin. So we're going to start off by heading north out of the outpost. And we're just going to follow the path here. There's nothing too complex about this. It's a pretty well-identified path here. But that path is going to come to an end right about here. But what we're going to do is continue our way to the north here. We're going to go to the left here to go around these rock ledges and circle around these trees where we're going to find a path downwards. So from here, we're going to kind of go to the right side here and just scale down these rocks. And once we get to the bottom, we're going to find ourselves in a little swampy area. So we're just going to follow this down a little bit. On the right side here, just kind of sticking to the high spots here. This is one of the muddiest spots in the game I found so far. So it is kind of nice to see that we got some big mud pits to worry about. Those are kind of new. But at the same time, as deep and thick as the mud is here, it is passable even with scout vehicles. You don't necessarily need the Tatra Force to get through the mud here. As long as you stick to the high spots here. If you just try going right across in the water, you're probably going to get yourself stuck. So, but there's plenty of little high islands here that you can use to zip across. So right about here is where we're going to jump across. Right over here. Alright, once we've made it across, we're going to head up the hill here. And we're going to make our way over to the first seismic point, which is right over by the gateway. So climb right up here. And there's our seismic point. Go ahead and activate your module. And from here, we're going to pull forward a little bit, and then back up. We need to get turned around and continue north. Now, that gateway is currently locked. That gateway does open up when we complete this expedition. And that opens up the first cave that we'll be able to explore and use as an easier way to get around the map. And I'll have more on that when we start doing the guides to explore the caves. So for now, we're just kind of heading northeast here. And right up ahead is an airdrop. If this airdrop is active, feel free to stop by and gather supplies. I'm going to go take a look. See if there's any loot. We got the reusable anchors and some gemstones. How about that? That's some good loot. Those will sell for a lot of money. Not that money is really an issue, but you never can have too much. So anyway, once you visit the airdrop, get the supplies, the loot you need, Now we're just going to make our way over this little bump. And we're going to go around this rock pillar over here. And then from here we're going to make our way down the hill. Just going to kind of gently roll down the hill here. And we're going to follow this all the way down. And right at these rocks, we're going to go across this big crack in the ground. Back up a little bit, get a good angle, and then we're going to proceed through the canyon. Once we get to the canyon, we're going to stay to the right side here and go around these two big boulders. And then we can make our way through. Alright, once we get through the canyon, we're going to go through this little pass between the rock plateaus here. And this is a tricky spot here, so what we're going to do is kind of head down and then up to the right. We want to go kind of snake in between these big boulders here. And once we do that, we're going to make our way over to the cluster of trees. We're just going to cut right through these. And then we're going to make our way down to the river. All the way on the far side here. Just going to head on down. And our first scan point is right ahead here, so we're going to go right across the river. You got to be super careful here. The current in this river is extremely strong. It is enough to dislodge the Tetraforce from whatever you're trying to do if you're not careful. So we're going to go right across, right to here, and we're going to hit our second scan point. Alright, so from here, I'm going to put an anchor down right here, and that is just going to pull us right to this gap here. So we're going to go right across the gap. And then what we want to do is grab onto this tree. So that is going to continue to pull us through the gap and then give us a little bit of something to grab onto as we fight this heavy current. Now I do have the twin motor winch on the Tatra, which is the high-powered winch. So get a little extra strength to pull you against the current. Once you get over here, you should be able to just jump across to the other side here. Yeah, we made good use of that water placement anchor there in order to get through those rocks. So I definitely recommend the water anchor specialist for this expedition, because that river is really, really tough to get across. So once we climb up the rocks here, make our way to the left here. And we've got a couple more rock ledges to climb up. Climb right over these, go past the tree. And then we're going to climb up these rocks as we make our way up to the top of that hill. This is the turn. We want to get right up the middle with the Tatra here. We can go right around that big boulder. Just want to climb right up this middle path. Yeah, that's going to reward you with a climb. And then we got one more little climb to do here. So we're going to head all the way down and up to the right. Do pressure down. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, you lower those tire pressures, this thing will grip and climb right up this climb here. Just like that. Once you get up to the top, go ahead and reinflate your tires. And we're going to go right around this cluster of trees. And we're going to head all the way to the back here. Right here is where you're going to find your third and I almost said second, but your third and final seismic point, and that is going to complete Secret of the Mountains. Super difficult expedition, but hey, it's fun, and gotta watch out for that Blue River. But anyway, this opens up the gateway to the first cave, both entrances, and we'll have more on that in a future expedition guide. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.